Hello, good gentles all. My name is Mica Pointer. I am a graduate employee in the costume shop of the University of Oregon. And today I'm going to be working with you on creating the French knot. Now, this, once it's complete, looks like just a little dot or a little speck in whatever project you're working on. It's used a lot when doing flowers or floral motifs, usually as the stamens or center parts of the flowers. And for doing this project, we'll have just one of our squares of muslins here, and I have this darker, I think this is 4-strand floss. Hopefully it'll show up well on the fabric and be a little bit thicker so you'll be able to see what we're doing. And how this is created is that it's all in how the thread is wrapped around the needle while we're working it. So I'm gonna start it. I already have it knotted right here. I'm going to bring the thread up from the wrong side towards the right side of the fabric. Okay. And how we're going to wrap it is that we're going to bring the needle behind where we brought it up. We're going to wrap once, twice, moving towards the point of the needle. So that way, when I bring the point just next to where we came out for putting it back in, if you notice, once we bring it kind of snug down to the fabric, those twists kind of collapse on each other going towards the fabric, and where we came out is on the bottom. So that way, when we bring the needle down through that kind of pile of twists that we had made, nice and easy. You'll see that that loop is created, going from the bottom where we had come out, up, going through all the twists we had made in the center. That loop is what's going to lock the twists into place and create our French knot. So maybe you can get a better look at it nice and up close. Here you see, just a little speck, a little dot in your fabric. And something else that you can do with this is that you can create a French knot with tail. And this, again, is all in how we manipulate the tension. And a major difference is in where we put the point back down into the project. So here I came out just as before. I'm gonna wrap again, once, twice, except this time instead, whoops, lost my twists. 1, 2. This time, instead of going back in right next to where we came out, I'm going to go back in just a little bit further out. I think this is about 1/4 of an inch. And it's at that point that I'm going to snug my twists down towards the fabric. And again, it's just snug. It's not like terribly tight, because as you had seen before, I was kind of struggling a little bit getting my needle through when I was pulling it down through the center and back to the wrong side of the fabric. And that's because if it's so tight, the twists will pinch where this double length of fabric of floss is right here coming through the eye. So it's going to pinch right there and keep this from going through. So if you find that you're struggling with pulling it through to the wrong side of the fabric, like I was just now, it's because maybe you're putting a little bit too much tension on it. So it's not super tight, it's just gently snug. So hopefully this will be a little more forgiving on me as I pull it through. Maybe it'll help if I bring this closer so you can see. There we go. It's all getting kind of sucked into the center. That way, when it gets pulled taut, it holds them all into place. There we go. And that's why you really have to kind of pay attention, especially with this, to not making it so tight that it's puckering right there, or so loose that it's just hanging out fun and fancy free. So I'm going to knot that off here on the back. Just making my little twist. Going through. There we go. Get my trusty snips right over here. Cut that off. All right. And there you have it. That is how you create the French knot and the French knot with tail. And just to demonstrate for you how exactly these can be used when doing flowers or different embroidery projects, I have here a couple of flowers that I have started using some familiar stitches, if you had seen some of my earlier videos. If I bring this up just right here, you can see for the petals of this daisy and the daffodil here, as well as the leaves for both, I have used the detached chain stitch or lazy daisy stitch, as it is for up here. For the stems, if you remember from my backstitching video, I had mentioned that these are the stem stitch. So this is the overlapping part of the back stitch, and if we just flip it around to the wrong side, you see this is the side where they are all in line with each other. So there again, it's the same stitch, just depending which side you want everyone to see. So I think I'm going to use the French knot for creating one more of these stamens here just on the daisy, and one more of the stamens just in the center of the daffodil here. So I have my yellow, I think this is again 4-strand floss, knotted again. I'm going to bring it up from the wrong side to the right side of my daisy here. Yep, that looks about good. Okay. I'm going to put the needle behind, wrap once carefully, twice carefully towards the point of the needle. I'm going to bring it up and put the point down just next to where I had come out, pulling it gently snug, very carefully. Just hoping that I don't lose any of my twists. Oh no. Okay, I can already feel that that was a little too tight, so I'm just gonna carefully pull those out. And there again, with any project that you're working on, if you feel that a knot that you don't want is starting to be formed, immediately take tension off of your thread. So that way you might be able to gently coax it out of the knot and keep it from binding up on you. Okay, I guess that feels much better. Okay. So just gently snug, not super tight. Again, you want to be able to bring the eye and the rest of the flosses through the center of the twists. There we go, and locks it into place. Lovely. Okay. I'm going to tie that one off and then bring it over to the daffodil. Oops, if I don't get the rest of my project caught in it too. Okay, get my trusty snips. Chop it off. And it doesn't only have to be in flowers that you use this. There could be any number of creative ways that you can do it. I've seen it before, and I've been meaning to do it myself on one of my shirts, that the French knot with tail has been used to create almost a kind of zigzag sort of look, where it comes up and then comes over for the knot, and then it comes up again, goes over for the knot, and it just kind of keeps branching out from there. So that sounds super cool, and I want to do that on one of my shirts. And for this one, again, I'm going to come up where I want the bottom of the tail to be. So I'm going to cut there, and then I want my knot to go somewhere up here. So, oops, running out of floss. Oh no. But I'm going to wrap once gently, twice gently, and then put it down up here. I'm going to pull them gently snug. Oops, did I lose my twists? Lost my twists. See, this is why you want to give yourself a generous amount of floss for any project that you're working on. It's cheap, you can always get more. But I guess I was running a little bit low on this specific yellow. So, gently snug. I can put it down. Again, not making it so tight that it puckers where the tail is. Okay. Yep. And there you have it. That is the French knot and the French knot with tail. If you're having difficulty with these, or if you need any clarification on anything, my email can be found on the University of Oregon website under Graduate Students for Theater Arts. I hope that this was useful and instructive to you, and I wish you all the best and happy sewing.